that God has been good to me. Problem is, many of us born again baptized believers have forgotten how to praise our God, Pastor. That's the problem we got. Because I heard when the praises go up, blessings come down. Am I right about it? When the praises go up, the blessings come down. If we have some praises in here, then y'all will see some blessings come down. If we have some folks who know how to lift up holy hands in here, then you would see some blessings come down. But the problem is, some of us don't forgot how to praise our God. I believe many of us need to focus our attention on the old mothers of the church, because they knew how to praise our God. All you got to do is ask some of the old mothers of the church how to praise our God. I believe, Pastor, they used to call it a Holy Ghost sandwich. They would come to the altar praising God first for what he's already done in their life. Then they would bring their problems to the altar and leave them there, not take them back. And they would go back to their seats, lifting up holy hands and praising God for what God is getting ready to do in their life. Do I got a witness in here? You see, it was praise, then problem, and then praise. Y'all say it after me. Praise, problem, and praise. Many of us done forgot how to praise our God. We done forgot how to praise our God today. For the Old Testament speaks of at least 7 different types of praise. And if y'all could just give me just a few minutes to get through here, can I tell you, if you don't find yourself praising God in at least one of these ways, then you ought to test your relationship with God. You ought to check your relationship with God. Can I tell you about these 7 different types of praise, Pastor Crockett? Do y'all want to hear about these 7 different types of praise? Well, first there was the Todah praise. That's the praise where you simply lift your hands in the air and you clap. Every once in a while, somebody ought to give God a Todah praise. Somebody ought to lift their hands in the air and give God a clap. Then I heard there was the Yada praise. That's the praise that when you wave your hands, wanting the world to see on the outside what you got deep down on the inside. Every once in a while, we ought to give God a Yada praise, where you just wave your hands unto God. Then I heard that there was the Baroque praise. That's the praise we done got too cute to do. That's the praise where we get down on our knees and bow our knees and say, Lord, I thank you for waking me up this morning. Lord, I thank you for allowing me to have a loud sound when I sleep last night. Lord, I thank you for keeping me when I couldn't keep myself. Every once in a while, we need to have a Baroque praise in our mouth. Then there's another praise called the Shabbat praise. That's the praise where we give a shout out unto God. I wish we had at least one praiser in here who knew how to Shabbat God. Is there anybody in here who don't mind saying, God, I thank you for doing all you do in my life. God, I lift my voice up to the heavens. God, I don't mind praising you. God, I don't mind lifting holy hands. And then there's another praise I like. That's the Hallel praise. That praise means to brag or to boast about God. When you add the word Yah, which means God, you have the Hallelujah praise. Every once in a while, we need to have some praisers in here who don't mind bragging and boasting about God. Somebody will say, Hallelujah, God. Then there's another praise that I like. That's called the Zamar praise. That's the praise that that many of us like. That's the praise that we praise God with instrument and song. I wish we had at least 2 musicians in here who knew how to give God a Zamar praise. Every once in a while, when we get the right Zamar praise, Pastor, we'll start doing our holy dance. We get the right praise. It'll kick you off the feet. Is there anybody in here who don't mind listening to a Zamar praise when you don't mind giving God a holy dance? Then there's a praise that I like the most, church. There's a praise that I like the most. That's the Tehillah praise. No, I didn't say the tequila praise. I said the Tehillah praise. That incorporates all the other praises. David best described it in that 150th Psalm, whereby he said, let everything that have breath praise the Lord. Every once in a while, we ought to give praise and give God a praise. I don't know about you, but I ain't going to let no rocks cry out for me. Young lady came to my home church one Sunday and said we ought to praise him in spite of and because of. Church, again, an invitation to discipleship will renew your strength and enable you to praise our God.